Hi, Kaus, what's up?
Just getting ready for, Prime Day. Every year they do a bunch of really, really awesome deals. And I kind of start adding products to my wish list and looking at my bucket list of things to buy for the year a little in advance. So yeah, shopaholic me. So I'm just in the process of doing that right now.
Yeah, you're really a true shopaholic. How do you think Prime Day affects other big brands?
If you notice a pattern, nowadays a lot of sales might have been started by one company, but they sort of expand out to every big retailer. For example, Singles Day started with Alibaba, but that became a big thing. Even in Dubai, people do Singles Day sort of sales around the same period of time. So with Prime Day, I'm seeing exactly the same pattern, right? Big brands like Target, Walmart, Best Buy, they have amazing offers and deals coming out at exactly the same time.
There are so many brands running such fantastic offers. So as a brand starting out, or even as a medium range brand, how do you even differentiate yourself?
One interesting way actually to differentiate is how you get the best kind of products to your customers in the easiest way, right? And a great way of doing that is bundles, because what you can do is analyze all your orders so far. You see patterns of, hey, users who buy this, or shoppers who buy this rather, end up buying this too. And so you can bundle those complementary kind of SKUs together, and you instantly not just have a great offer for me, but for you as a brand, you are actually increasing your order size.
I was just looking at all the deals out there. There are these price slashes, there are lightning deals, there are some really good discounts. But bundles is something which is not very well explored by brands. How do you find which products to even bundle together?
Yeah, the answer from someone who's worked in large e-commerce teams would be, get your data analyst, analyze all your information, orders so far, blah, 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 business intelligence. And I know a lot of listeners are right now about to sleep, but there is an easy hack to do that. And I chanced upon it from one of our customers once. She showed me how she thinks of creating bundles. So let me just share my screen and show you that hack. Let's say you're a baby care brand. By the way, that's one of the top selling categories in Prime Day, right? And you wanna, create bundles, right? And you can't rely on a huge team of data analysts. Well, just go to Amazon, find out products very similar to products that you sell in your catalog, scroll a little bit. There you go. You see, Amazon has built out this great recommendation engine already, and they pull out in real time, right, Pooja? The kind of products that people are actually buying together. So if someone's buying a crib, they're not just going to buy the crib, they're going to buy, your diapers, and they're going to buy some kind of a steamer or sterilizer for the kids, right? And you can just look at this section over here, look at what kind of similar products you have in your own catalog, and their quick little hack to create your own bundle.
As a shopper, I have often scrolled down and looked for recommended products, and more often than not, I have added that to my cart as well. So this really makes sense.
Exactly. So you're not just hacking into, Amazon's great recommendation engine and system and helping yourself a little bit to it, but you are also understanding better how people shop, right? And wait, that leads me to this interesting insight. So last year, one of the highest selling products was Echo Dot specifically. And you know what? No wonder why, because look at how they have used bundling to a great extent, right? This is just an example of how Echo and a smart, light sort of work together. But there are other bundles that I have seen last year for Echo, and no wonder, people end up buying a lot more of Echo Dots than they probably even imagined they would, simply because the whole set started making a lot of sense together.
Absolutely.
And another insight, and I'll stop after this. If you go to lightning deals or deals and promotions, these sort of pages that Amazon has on Prime Day or any other day, you'll start noticing an interesting pattern. Most of the deals that are showcased are actually bundles. So bundles are a reality. Whether you are doing it for Prime Day, absolutely do it for Prime Day. But even if you're not doing for Prime Day, you should start doing it in your store. You wanted to know about bundles, or rather how to do better offers, and well, bundles looks like it's a good candidate. Now let's say I have all my bundles and I have perfect offers around them, but I still have the problem of driving traffic to, either my product list page or to my website, and then again to Amazon product list page. So what can I do?
All right. So this is quite my favorite part of the game because it is very important to drive traffic towards your listing. And there are so many brands who are going to be bidding aggressively during that day. So getting your Amazon PPC right with the help of sponsored product ads and product display ads is very important. But the game doesn't end there. As a brand, I'm sure you're going to have access to a lot of your own database. You're going to create well-targeted lookalikes. So running remarketing campaigns with your best deals becomes very, very important. And I think Google and Facebook have such sophisticated engines of targeting that you definitely shouldn't miss out on using those.
But Pooja, I've heard, and you keep telling me too, that a large part of how your ads, your campaigns, all of that perform, right? It's the creative. And how do I take care of that?
How about I just take you to a dashboard and show you some of the best practices that I use for making a creative?
Yes, please. Let's share our screens.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm opening the dashboard to Mason, which is the tool that I use for making my creatives.
Woohoo!
Oh, awesome. Okay, let me get started. So first is to set the dimension, right? So I want to use a square creative. First thing I'd want to do is choose the right background. And for Prime Day, I'm thinking big, bold, bright colors. So within the library, you can choose a bunch of backgrounds, but I want to go for something bold. So maybe this yellow. Yeah. The next thing I'd like to do is to get my products in, because for Prime Day, again, I want to keep it very products and offer-centric campaign. So with Mason, you can simply just have your Shopify store connected and then just pick out whatever product you want to run your offer on. So maybe this white shirt, and it's right here. But of course, I'd want to clean it up. So you can just simply remove the background and yeah, your product is ready.
Nice.
The next thing I'd like to do is to maybe add a plus icon to put my next product in.
Oh, so you're creating a bundle. Nice.
Right, of course. Over here, maybe I can just look into my uploads and find the right icons right here. So the next thing that I'd like to do is add the next product from my Shopify store to complete the look. So maybe my set of blue pants. So the next thing I'd want to do is add an equal to and maybe a heart to go with that. This I wanted to put Unsplash and I had taken a heart from here. How do you think this looks, Kaus?
Super cute. Yeah, so it's complete the look, right? Like chinos and a white shirt, classic look, and I like it. But maybe you also want to put something about like the kind of offer I'm getting from this?
Absolutely. I think putting text is something that I've definitely missed out on.
Yep.
So how about I find something from the library of text. This actually looks like quite a statement text. So let's use this one. So the next important thing is to add call to action. Within Facebook, although the creative in itself is not clickable, but adding a call to action really creates an illusion of it being clickable and definitely increases the click-through rates on the ad. Over here again, to find the right call to action, you can explore from a bunch of different ideas, which is there in the library.
How do you know what kind of copy works on the call to actions, Pooja?
All right. So this again, there are a bunch of different call to actions that you can use for different parts of the funnel. So for example, if it's a remarketing ad, which a customer has already seen your offer but not purchased, then you can do a call to action like add to cart. However, if it's something like for your first exposure audience who are first time, getting to know about the offer, then something more mystical like reveal the deal will create more eyeballs.
That's a good idea.
Well, then my creative is ready and I'm all set to post it on my social handles. You can do that right here. Connect your Facebook account, select the page that you want to do. Ensure that your copy is really cool and catches attention. And hit post. And just within a couple of seconds, your post will be uploaded on Facebook. There you go.
That was pretty quick and neat. I love chinos, so I might actually just click and buy that.
So Kaus, now that my creative is ready and I get people on my product listing page at a very low cost. But how do I best optimize this listing to actually drive conversions?
That is actually a good question. I know the sentence is very cliched, but that is a very good question, because driving, your users to, or your shoppers to product display pages, your product details pages, and then if it's just another bunch of whitewashed images which don't speak at all, which don't tell a story, then as a shopper I'm gonna possibly drop off, right? And that's where, if you start noticing on Amazon, and now actually off Amazon, a lot of brands are starting to do what's called product highlights. And product highlight cards are pretty much like how you give out the best feature specifications, your USP of the product, USP of your brand, and sort of pull it all together into one quick little snippet without a shopper having to scroll through miles and miles of content. I can show you a couple of examples. So let me maybe start with an example of what we shouldn't do, and then I'll move to what we should do. And you know how much I love hair care products and all of that, right? So here is a shampoo, and there it tells me a little bit about, it being paraben free, as you can see. And then when I start going over here, that's when the experience starts breaking for me. Right. Because how can I read that ingredients list, Pooja? And this is we're on a desktop, right? This is like a big desktop. And imagine this on the phone. Yeah. I have to hover over everything. I have to read the details of it. I don't know what reviews people have mentioned around it. I mean, come on, this is like a lot of analysis, a lot of reading, a lot of, bedtime reading, to be honest, to actually just decide on whether this product or this shampoo is just right for me.
I think that makes sense, because you have the ability to add 6 product images. And this is like the most premium real estate onto your product display page. So you can showcase so much more. But having non-meaningful images which are adding no value to the customer is like literally spending money to get that visitor onto your page and then just using them in a couple of seconds.
Absolutely. This is the most intent heavy part of your shopping funnel. I actually want this product. I want either this or something similar, and there's no time to waste, right? So let me now move on to something that actually, this brand has done really well, right? It's same hair care products, and you have your typical photo shoots, all right, and there, boom, it completely changes, right? It's actually telling me the benefits of the products right here. So this is like a product benefit sort of a card. And then it's telling me ingredients, right? I might really care about, I actually care about what goes inside the stuff that I, use, right? And here it is, it's telling me the right kind of ingredients. Not just that, also why they're good for me, right? So this is like a product ingredient card. There you go, even better. I think, Pooja, this brand's doing it better and better. They're even telling me how to use the product, right? So a full, step-by-step guide. And, they're upselling. Look at that. They're using this real estate in a way to go back to bundling. So they're like upselling and almost like, framing my mind to create a bundle out of these 3 products and actually use that. It's making me want to create that bundle as a consumer. Forget as whether a brand you're selling me that bundle or not.
Right.
I think this is a great example of what one can do to really uplift the kind of experience a shopper can have on the most important real estate in that entire consumer shopper funnel.
Right. I think this ties back beautifully to the point 1 that we mentioned today, that you should be creating bundles, because essentially this is a bundle, right?
Yes.
And if you go to the first picture, Amazon has guidelines that you should have a focus on the product image with white background, and 80% of that product image should be highlighted. They've done that, but after that they've created a story.
All right, I can really go on and on, about all the amazing things you can do across the funnel, but I think it's time to sort of move on. Yeah, so maybe our Prime Day sale went really brilliant, and, we got a lot of amazing reviews, and we got, great orders coming in. And is there something that we should be thinking even like after events are over?
I certainly think that the story doesn't end at just the sale day. There is a lot that you can do after running your sale. first thing is to do is to actually understand what was the performance. You spend so much time in planning the event, so getting deep into the numbers and understanding which was the product, which was the bundle that actually got sold, and why people land on the web page. Did they spend time? Did they drop off at a certain point? So those learnings become extremely important to run your next sale.
Yeah.
But now you got a lot of customers. There must be some happy customers, right? And you have got a bunch of reviews. Now these reviews are great to fuel fire and work as great social proof for getting more customers. But I've not seen brands effectively use these reviews. In fact, I myself struggle to ensure that the reviews are used perfectly to get more customers going forward. So any ways for us to do that?
I think I have a couple of ideas. Let me share my screen again. All right, so when you were mentioning the problem, actually this page came to my mind, so I just quickly wanted to share it with you. Electronics, again, one of the highest selling categories during Prime Day, and of course your usual stuff, the different trending products, some videos. Here it is. Doesn't this make you want to actually explore the products that are showcased here? It's a great way to repackage the reviews that you've received about your top selling, best selling products or bundles, right? Package it into a really good looking, attractive kind of a review card. And when I click on it, it just takes me directly to the product details page anyways, right?
Right.
So reviews can definitely be used to capture my attention as a shopper.
Right. Because I think this makes sense, but I have seen so many reviews on so many of the websites. So how do you make a difference?
Oh, okay. Let me double click, pun intended, and kind of like explain a little bit more. What I meant was this is a shoppable review card, and you'll hardly see teams or brands actually do that. I mean, for example, another great brand, they have reviews too, I agree, but these are not shoppable, nor do they show the products, they highlight the products that these consumers are talking about. Whereas here, you actually have the product that the consumer is talking about. You know what they said about it, and it's shoppable.
Yeah, right? The context just changes.
Exactly. So that's what I mean. I think more than just packaging review, I agree, many people do that, but they don't think of it as another entry point into your customer funnel.
Right.
And another thing that I've seen is there are a lot of categories. Again, all these are top categories in Amazon Prime Day. And of course, Casper. I mean, who doesn't love that brand, right? But you see how taking on the same thing that I mentioned, they have the review too, but again, they have highlighted the product. They've made it shoppable, right? So don't leave just reviews out there hanging in the open. Make it shoppable. Make it another way for consumers and shoppers to enter that decision-making funnel and give you more orders.
Because this chat has turned out to be quite productive, I can imagine making a checklist and sharing this with my merchants right away. So let me go on and do that.
Yeah, don't be surprised. Our chats tend to be productive. All right, I'll catch you again.